In today's lesson, I will share with you how to design 4 types of circle skirts. These are the 90-degree skirt, the 180-degree skirt, the 270-degree skirt, and the 360-degree skirt. Additionally, if you apply my formula, you can design many other types of skirts beyond just these 4 specific examples. That means my formula can be applied to absolutely all types of skirts at any angle you might need. Okay? For example, if your customer asks you to cut a 150-degree skirt, you can use my formula and calculate and create the pattern immediately so you won't feel overwhelmed or unsure of how to proceed. Because I've noticed that many people get a bit confused when cutting these skirts at angles other than the standard ones, or if the waist measurement changes, they get flustered all over again. So today, I will share this very helpful formula with you. This formula is extremely important for your work, so you should get your pen and paper ready to write it down right now. I will also explain a bit more about how this formula works. R360 means a 360-degree skirt, R270 means a 270-degree skirt, R180 is a 180-degree skirt, and R90 is a 90-degree skirt. Later on, if you want to make an R150, you just use this formula and simply substitute the specific degree value into the equation. Or if you want a 190-degree skirt, you just change the number accordingly to get the perfect result. So here, for 360 degrees, my formula here is R360 will be equal to 360 multiplied by the L measurement. Your L can be 60, 64, 68, 66 or 70. It's up to you, you can fill in this number as needed. So you take 360 and multiply it by the L measurement. For example, here my L is 64. Then I will get the result of 23,040. Now what about the line below? What does it represent? This 360 here. It is actually the 360-degree skirt multiplied by 6.28. So you might ask, where does the 6.28 come from? Well, 6.28 comes from the formula for calculating the circumference of a circle. So 6.28 is 2 times pi. And pi is 3.14. And if you want to learn more in depth, you can look it up in 5th grade math. So here, I'm showing you a formula from 5th grade math. If you want to explore further, you can do so. You can certainly take the time to study this formula, but in my honest opinion, it is not strictly necessary. Just use the other formula I mentioned earlier. It is very accurate. I also derived that specific formula from this circumference calculation, so you do not really need to dig too deep into this. Here, D represents the diameter and R is the distance from the center to the edge of the circle. Here, C is the circumference, which equals D multiplied by P, where P is 3.14. That gives you the total outer circumference. And this outer circumference is exactly the L loop. That is it. So that is how I studied it. Yeah, that is my personal way of researching. So here, I've already worked out this formula. So just use my formula. Don't bother researching more and giving yourself a headache. So here, L times 360 degrees equals 23,040. And this full 360-degree circle is the beautiful skirt we have here. Now, what specific kind of skirt would you say this is? So I used 360, okay? For a full circle skirt times 6.28 equals 2,260.8. Divide the top by the bottom to get 10.19. That's your exact radius. Here, I'll open it up to exactly this radius. 10.19, so I'll round it to 10.2. So when we create this radius and draw a circle around it, this circle will be exactly 64, exactly matching your L measurement. So that's one of my research methods, and it's very scientific. Later on, besides this skirt, you can also apply it to other things. Other types of skirts like 150, 130 or 80 or 190 or even 220, you just apply my formula and it will be 100% accurate. Now let me explain the next line for you. R270 means a 270 skirt, right? It's still 360 times VL, still equals this number. As for the line below, it will be 270 times 16.28 times 12 times pi, which equals 1,695.6. So, if you take the specific number shown above and divide it by the one directly below it, you will get exactly 13.59. That value represents our radius. We are going to use exactly 13.59 right here. Yes, right here, 13.59. Following this calculation will give you the correct 270-degree skirt. And next, for another example, if you want to create a 180-degree skirt, you will do the exact same thing. Here, you simply multiply 360 times L. And here I'm using L as 64, okay? I'm giving an example where the circumference L is 64. And 180 times 6.28, so that gives you 20.38. There you go. I'm sharing everything here. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. 20.38. That's it. I'm sharing this wholeheartedly. I'm not hiding anything from you at all, okay? Here, R90 means the leg at 90 degrees, okay? So here it is. It will be 40.77. There you go. And later on we can apply this to other types of skirts, like 150, for example. So just apply my formula exactly and you'll get the result. Here, 40.77 is actually 40.7, okay? And the total remaining distance from here to here is precisely equal to the length of the skirt. Next, I'll demonstrate the step-by-step process of how to design this directly on the Optitex software. If I'm going to share, I'll share everything I know with you wholeheartedly. And I really hope that when you watch this detailed instructional lesson of mine today, you'll take a moment to click that subscribe button below and share this video so more people can know about it. That way more people can learn how to make these types of skirts and won't have to worry about running into any unexpected issues along the way. And they'll see that this formula is truly valuable. And now I'll start drawing right away. For example, with this 360-degree skirt, we calculate it here, okay? The calculation here is 10. Here, 10.19, right? Okay. I'm going to create a square. This new piece. I'll create a square and I'll make it about 120 pixels for comfort. A square of 120, okay? I'm going to place it right over here. And I'll carefully pull out 2 guidelines from both the left and right sides to here. So this is the range of the circle, right? And I'll create a circle with this radius from here. Pull it up. I take this circle with a radius of 10.19, okay? 10.19, enter. So this circle of ours will reach this point. Now I'll click on the point command. I'll add a point exactly at this spot. I'll add a point exactly at this spot. I'll create an arc through here. I'll create an arc through here. I'll use the contour command to create an arc from the point that I just defined. There. And it touches exactly this circle. Alright. I'll set it to 9 points. I click OK. As you can clearly observe, when I press the F8 key, you can see that this specific arc is exactly 16. And if you take that 16 and multiply it by 4, it will equal exactly 64 in total. Now I'll go ahead and determine the length. I'll measure the length from here. For example, if I want this skirt to be 80 centimeters long, right, then I'll mark the point right here. And I'll create the next arc right away. Make sure the center aligns exactly with the waist circle's center. Alright. After that, I'll extend it up to the exact length line. Okay. There. Once that part is finished, I'll go ahead and draw a second arc right here. Everything looks good. Measure from this point to this point. And I'll create it exactly along this circle. Okay. There you go. Create it right on this circle. Left click here. And here I'll set the number of points to 9. Okay. There you go. Next, I'll cut this circle. Alright. I'm going to cut this line now. Then it will give me exactly the skirt part. Okay. There you go. I'll remove this line. Remove this piece. Then I'll delete this circle. Delete this circle. And I'll delete this piece. Consider it deleted, okay? And now I'll open up this skirt part. But before opening it up completely, please note that you need to carefully reduce the curvature of this arc right here, because if you do not reduce it, when you finish sewing, this part tends to sag or droop downwards. You can adjust this curve by going to the proportional move command and adjusting this distance for me. Bring it inward a bit more so that when we sew it together, the skirt will not sag at all. After that, we can split it open, and when you split it, you will only get half of the pattern, right? This is because our L circle is actually this whole circle, which represents a full 360 degrees in total. Now we will click the open button right here to proceed with the next step. Let's go ahead and do that now, so that we can open it one more time. Alright, here we will open it one more time like this. There you go. So, like this, it will match exactly our L circle, which is 64 centimeters. This is one way that you can... I click open here, and if you apply this method, you will be able to solve all the problems. Okay? I will remove these points, the clicking points, so you can see this. Here it is. It is exactly 64. You see, it is exactly 64. So if you carefully apply my method, you can easily design all kinds of skirts at many various angles. Let me give you a clear example with a 270-degree skirt. Right here, I have already calculated the circumference. Look here, this is the exact formula I use. For 210 degrees, it's 13.59. So now, with 13.59, I'll create another square. I'm creating another square. Here, this one is for 270 degrees. Do you see that over there? I'm going to draw a perfect circle right now. Now, can you tell me exactly what the radius of this circle is? Here, it's 13.59. Go ahead and type in 13.59 and then press the enter key. After that step is completely finished, I am going to add some new points at this specific position and this other position over here, okay? Next, I will carefully draw a smooth curved arc from this starting point all the way to this final end point, okay? So I can carefully remove and trim away this triangle part. And if I calculate and sum up the total number of points right here, it will be exactly 21.34 units, alright? Now I will proceed to calculate and determine the full length of the skirt part. For example, let's say that I decide to choose a specific length of exactly 80, right? Then what I'm going to do is mark the point all the way up to here. After I finish doing that, I'll mark another point right over here and then I'll proceed to draw a circle. Next, I'll redraw the ruler line in this spot here, and finally, I'll redraw the circle once more right over here. If you decide to follow this specific method exactly as shown, it will be 100% accurate every single time, and you can easily apply these same techniques to many different and unique skirt styles. If you are watching this video right now and find the information helpful, you should definitely share it with others. Share it with all of your friends and your family members so they can start making this beautiful skirt for themselves right away. It is a very simple, straightforward and rewarding process for anyone to try. This particular recipe of mine is like my very special and closely guarded secret recipe. And I'm sharing every single part of this with you all today with great enthusiasm. And if my friends are even sharing this recipe, they're asking where I got it from, right? I got this from Math Department 5, guys. Next, I'll open them up again. Open it, then I'll open it up once again and proceed to cut off a quarter of it. If you open it up like this, it becomes a 360-degree skirt. So I have to cut this part out, right? I need to cut this part out. Then only that will be left. This is what's left. So these three parts are multiplied and added together. Right here, I'm going to remove the grading point so you can see the result clearly. There we go. It is exactly 64. By using my method, you will find that you can apply it to all different types of skirts. This formula is very scientific, and if you can apply it correctly, that would be absolutely wonderful. Now, I will go ahead and finish these last two styles. I am happy to share everything I know with you enthusiastically. The measurement here is 20.38. I will create another shape for you right now. My goal is to share every single detail of this process with you. There is nothing being hidden from you at all. So, for all of you watching, you should really pay very close attention right now and try your best to learn this. The number is 20.38. I repeat, 20.38. If you can truly master and understand this specific formula of mine, you will definitely be able to apply it wonderfully in all of your future work. And I truly believe that this specific formula will be a very powerful tool for you. If you ever design skirts like this one, there's no need for complicated calculations. There, now I'll erase this arc. Now I'm going to carefully recreate the total length of the piece, okay? I will go ahead and set the specific length of this skirt to exactly 80 units, alright? Once that is finished, I will proceed to draw the curved arc starting right from this point here. You see, since I am sharing all of this so enthusiastically with you like this, I really think you all should share just as enthusiastically too. It would be amazing if you could also share my YouTube channel on your Facebook page as well, okay? So that many more people can access this incredibly valuable and amazing formula right now, right? I am absolutely certain that if you're watching up to this point, you must find it really interesting already. When we open it up, it will be a 180-degree skirt. So what about a 90-degree skirt? Here is a 90-degree skirt. I'll check this number next. 40.77. Next, I am going to move forward by working on the 90-degree skirt. I'm sure that if you've watched up to this point, you'll find it really interesting. If you could, please help me out by sharing this video with your friends right now and subscribing to my channel. Subscribe to this channel and make sure you remember to click on the bell icon. That way, the next time I go live, you'll be the first to know. See, when I draw this arc, it's exactly 64. You see that? Exactly 64. So, do you think my method is scientific? And you can design many other types of skirts as well. Besides, I'm saying apart from this skirt, okay? Apart from these four basic styles, okay? Here, for example, this skirt of mine is 80, so it's a bit short, right? I'll add a bit more to this part, okay? I'll make it 10. There, make it comfortable. I'll make this 110 as well. Make it comfortable, okay? Here, I'll take the length of the skirt from here up. For those of you currently working at a professional company and following your own specific formula, sometimes when you happen to encounter a demanding customer who requests a skirt with a 150-degree angle, do you actually know how to calculate it correctly? So this is my formula, which you can use to calculate all types of skirts. Now at this spot, I'll add another point here. And I'll go ahead and draw an arc from this specific starting point over to here. So you'll see that my formula here is incredibly versatile and truly amazing, and it can actually be applied to everything in your design work. So I've just shared with you the 4 fundamental basic styles of drawing. And with this formula, you can apply it to all types of skirts at different angles regardless of their complexity. And if you are watching right over here, then a huge congratulations to you. You have successfully learned the formula. This truly amazing formula of mine is powerful, and I would ask you to please help me out by subscribing to the channel and sharing this clip on your personal Facebook page, so that many more people can access this great formula and everyone can apply it to their lives. Goodbye for now, and I will see you in the next clips.